My local libraries have had all of the popular magazines lately. What I do right away is go straight to the advice column. I'm excited to get into this one. Do I suck at friendships? I believe that I'm one of the people that probably suck at friendship according to some because I don't go deep, but I don't think I suck at friendship. Like if you're my friend already, we're good, we're locked in. But I don't think I'm making any more friends because I don't think I'm willing to go deep anymore ever in life. And I think that it could be fruitful, even though you're not willing to go deep with someone. Walks, dinner, light conversations, a movie, you know, a chatty chat session, a little chin wag, like they say. I don't think that it has to be deep. And I know that I'm guarded and I know that I don't go deep anymore. And I'm like, I'm still a good person and I still would like to have, you know, surface level, a social life in that way. But yeah, anyway, I'm excited to get into it. I think that magazines without an advice column are doing a disservice to society. Clarice Lispector is an author that I have recently learned about. So her first book that I read was this one here, Hour of the Star. I finished it right away in the summer. It is a really good book about how it is described as like a poor girl who doesn't know she's poor. This book has a lot of quotables, it's very philosophical. One line that everyone talks about the most is, am I a monster or is this what it is to be human? I like that quote, but that is not the quote that moved me the most in the entire book. The quote that moved me to tears comes at the very end. And this might be a spoiler if you have not read this book and you intend on reading it. Some people sprouted in the alleyway out of nowhere and gathered around Maccabeah without doing anything, just as people had always done nothing for her, except that now at least they were glancing at her, which gave her an existence. I read that at 2 in the morning. I finished the book at 2 in the morning in the bathtub. I read it and I called someone and I was so emotional and I was so teary-eyed. And I told them, like, I read them the line and they were like just as moved, like, oh my God. And what gets to me about this line is that I do this. I do this to people. I live in East Harlem. Anybody that knows Harlem knows that East Harlem is rough. There are a lot of addicts and a lot of mentally, people who are not well mentally. And so, I have a 4-year-old. I walk around with her all the time. And I teach her not to stare, not to point. And so I live that life. I try not to stare at anyone and not to point at anyone. But when you look at it from this perspective, from Maccabeah's perspective, where she's like, they're looking at me, so at least they're giving me an existence. At least I exist. It is like sad as hell to think about, to put yourself in the shoes of a person that no one looks at, no one stares at, everyone avoids looking at. I can't even imagine how that feels. I was also reading her book Agua Viva over the summer and it is an incredible read. There's a quote on the back or a blurb on the back that says that there's a musician who says that he's read it 111 times, and that is so easy to believe once you start reading the book. It is her stream of conscious, like they say. It's just her thoughts, but it's also her trying to grab time, like trying to grab something that you cannot grab. And she breaks every thought down to like its nucleus representation of a person that is an overthinker to the extreme of madness, but she doesn't go insane. She doesn't sound insane. When you're reading it, if you're an overthinker, you recognize it, you understand it immediately, and you just wonder how she has such like a masterful skill at having like insanity in the palm of her hand. And that's what it feels like. It feels like she has madness here and she's just playing with it and just toying around with it like it's nothing. She's in complete control. This beautiful Bible, it's well loved. So it belonged to someone by the name of Judith Pemberton, and copy printed 82, so I was only 1 year old when this was made. And yeah, so she loved it and I intend on loving it for a lifetime as well. Love letters, I love a good love letter. I love a good romance, rom-com, all of that. This one I'm gonna read you is my favorite, and I have to read it to you because it reminds me of me. I detest your frankness. Did I beg you to write me sincerely the truth? Why did you not leave me my passion? All you had to do was not to write to me. I did not wish to be enlightened. I love that because that is exactly how I feel about a crush. A really good crush will have me on cloud 9 all day long. It would have me on cloud 9 for years. Like I would go to and from on cloud 9 all day long, just living in this little passion, this little quiet passion that nobody needs to know about, that I don't need to know about. Like if you in turn have a crush on me, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. There is this one thing came with the book as well, which I love also, but I imagine I would never never do this, never hand this little, note to anyone, because it's just not me. It is not only necessary to love, it is necessary to say so. It is a French saying, according to this, and I love it. I think it's beautiful, but I will never, ever, ever. I do a lot of reading, and there are so many words I don't know, and so I have a little DIY dictionary that I've been building for like my entire adult life. I took a break for years. Like I haven't read. I just now started reading again. I didn't read for like 2 straight years. Anyway, so there's a word that I like. Treacle. It is a syrup essentially used in British baking, but used as like so when you say someone is treacly or behaving treacly, you are saying that they're being overly sentimental. So like overly sweet. I like the word. It's something I've never heard before, and now I know I would never forget it. This Coach Beauty is like nice and boxy. I could fit a lot in there, and this is the pocketbook that I've been wearing the most over the summer. My NYX tote is my tote of the summer. It's what I've been wearing mostly for that. If you see me in the street and I'm not on my way to church, you will see me wearing this New York City Parks hat, given to me by a New York City Parks employee. He was so nice. He just gave me his hat, and I've been wearing it like crazy ever since. Minute Inspirations for Women. I read this when I wake up in the morning. These 2 by Eucerin have been fine. I love the effects of SPF on my skin. And it's beyond like, sun protection. For me, it's just the ingredients in this do something for my face. It makes my face look super healthy, and not just when I'm wearing it. Like my skin is just really healthy. Whatever they're putting in the SPF is good for your skin. That's just what I think. Caring Coconut smells so creamy and lovely. I love it, and you can smell it like when you're out and about and move. Antiseptic Skin Cleanser. This was recommended by dermatologists on the internet, saying that, if you wash your underarms with this antiseptic skin cleanser, it will fight the odor-causing bacteria. And because I'm sweaty all over, I try to ward off odor. Using oil, DHS, that's what I've been using, all that I use to clean my face. I had a huge bottle that I would just transfer into here, and this is about done. I'm not going to try it again. I know that it's great. I have no issues with it, but I'm moving on to other skin cleaning oils. It's a lip sleeping mask from Dollar Tree, and it is better than any high-end one I've ever tried. Dollar Tree Dermasil Eczema Relief Body Lotion, nice and creamy, nice and moisturizing. She's been enjoying Mrs. Watson Wants Your Teeth, all from the local beauty supply in Harlem, and they're all by Absolute New York, or most. This is Primrose by Absolute New York. I'm wearing it now. It's been my favorite pink lipstick for the last couple of weeks. Lip plumping lip gloss is also by Absolute New York. I don't think they plump your lips. They do sting, but it's the colors. Colors look super juicy. Brown Sugar, and the pink one doesn't have a name, funny enough. Like Juicy Jelly Pink. Pencil, NYX Jumbo Pencil in Sparkle Nude. I have some on now in the corners and a little bit in the center of my eyes. I just like it because it gives my eyes a bit of a sparkle. I saw Lurker at the movie theaters a little while ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed it from beginning to end. Highly recommended. If you suffer from secondhand embarrassment, you're going to be squirming in your seat. Without any spoilers, I'll tell you that it's a thriller, and it's exciting and fun to watch from beginning to end. I miss a good 90s thriller, right? So I miss like Fatal Attraction, The Good Son, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, The Fan with Mel Gibson and Wesley Snipes. So I like obsession, stalking, fascinated by people that are obsessed with other people, because I don't care about people. And so it touches on that subject. It's really interesting, and it makes you wonder, like, who's the bad guy here? Is it okay for you to like use someone? I think that's it for now. Talk to you soon. Peace.